Hey everyone, again, Most to Chloe. I have a fun fact about you again, and that is that I have been journaling since 2006, so over 11 years. I started journaling in March when I was 10 years old, and I've journaled fairly consistently since then. And the past few days I've been thinking a lot about seasons and how everyone goes through different seasons, and how for me this is a really sad season, which sounds really depressing, but at the same time there's a lot of freedom in that. But what I really wanted to do is go back and look over my old journals, because there are 31 of them. I'm on journal 31 right now, and I'm obviously not going to read them to you because me or you, literally no one wants that to happen. But I'm going to show you the covers, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what I was like when I was in that journal. I kind of judge phases and seasons of my life based on which journal I was in. So if I'm trying to think of something that happened at college freshman year, I'll be like, oh, what journal was that in? And then I'll find it. So I have 3 boxes called the Annals. This is, or the Archives or the Annals. I don't know which one I call them most of the time. But this is my first one. This is volumes 1 through 11. It's a shoebox. And I'm just going to pull them all out. Oh, wow. I have a lot of paper in here, too, of random notes that I made that weren't, like, in any specific journal, and, like, old bulletins from church. But I'm just going to pull these out and look through these first journals. So, I have them labeled by numbers. This is my very first journal that I started March 19th, 2006. It was a Sunday, and I remember that day very clearly. I was sitting in the very back row at church, and I was like, I want to start journaling, but I don't want to just say my thoughts. So basically, I didn't want to start a YouTube channel on paper, but I want to make it meaningful. So then I decided to call it my God Diary. My 10-year-old brain was like, oh, I'll call it my God Diary, and we'll be writing out my prayers. So it's just a prayer journal. And this one was from March 2006 to December 2007. So it took a really long time for me to fill out this journal, but then again, I was 10, and it was just, that took me through a lot of seasons in my life. Honestly, if you, this is the most, not this particular one, but all the ones that I'm about to show you are, the most intimate things about me, this and my secret Pinterest boards. So if you really want to know me, my journals, Pinterest, that's where you're going to find out. Also, me driving in the car alone. If no one else is there, that's when I get very vocal about other drivers and pop songs that I think are dumb, which is most of them. Anyway, so this is my very first journal. It says my God Diary on the front, and its front is broken. It is so old. This is over a decade old. Oh, that's weird. I hadn't thought about this actual notebook being a decade old. Anyway, that's the first one. This is the second one. I was homeschooled, so we had a billion of these notebooks everywhere, so those were just the ones that I used. This was from January 2008 to August of 2009, so it lasted a long time too. And how old was I then? I was 13. I was around 13, I think. Maybe 12. But in the beginning of all of them, I don't think I did this now. That was one of the frustrating things, is I sometimes wrote dates on specific entries, but I didn't always write dates. I always write dates now, but I didn't for a while. But this is my second one. It's not super special. Where'd my third one go? That's not my third one, that's my fourth one. Maybe it's still in the box. Maybe it's in a different box. That's not it at all. I don't know where my third one went. Sad day. I know it's in here somewhere. Oh, here it is. This is my third one. This was, I think I was probably about 14, and it's so embarrassing, but I was one of those I'm dating Jesus kids, and it's because this was August to December of 2009, so this is when I kind of started picking up going through journals faster. I had this major crush on this guy for 4 solid years from 10 to 14, and I didn't have a boyfriend, which I shouldn't have because I was 13 years old. No 13-year-old should ever have a boyfriend, but I was like, oh, well, if I can't have a boyfriend, I'll just date Jesus. And if I can't have a phone to text him, I'll just write out texts. So I had, I came up with a number for me and a number for him, and I'm pretty sure it just spelled out heaven. And I refer to him as my boyfriend, and it's all, so incredibly embarrassing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this was, and I like drew out what my room looked like at the time, so I would always remember how I had it set up, which I think is cute. So that was cute. It's kind of cute looking back, but it's also like, oh dear heavens. Yeah, so this was God Diary 3. Oh gosh. I'm not even going to tell you what I wrote on the front, but it was very 2009-year-old me. This one was super short. Oh man, I went through this in less than a month. This was December 2009 to January 2010. And it'll get cooler once I start showing you my new journals, because there came a point in time where I realized I wasn't a fan of writing in this kind of notebook. But holy cow, I went through this really fast. I didn't realize how fast I had gone through this one. But this was the turn of the year, and I don't know if it was this year that I started doing it or not, and I don't know if I'll be able to find it fast enough, but every year I have this with me at New Year's Eve, and I will count down. So my journal has seen me through New Year's often. Hold on, we're in December. There's Christmas. I don't know why I said this is the story of my first kiss. I definitely had never kissed anyone. Yeah, right here. So like I counted down. I was like, 4 minutes left. 3, 2, 1. 2010! 7 years ago. I brought in the new year with this journal. And I have brought it in every new year with my journal since. So that's 4. 5. This is God Diary number 5. This one is different because it's a 3-subject notebook. And I do remember loving this one. I remember picking out the yellow because I really liked it. And I just think it's great. And I would like write my favorite verses and stuff in the front of it. And I started talking about boys on the first page of this one. I never considered myself boy crazy, but then I go back through my old journals and I'm like, you were. Anyway, so yes, this was January through March 2010. So it's a 3-subject notebook, but it only took me 3 months to get through, which is crazy. And that's 5. 6. That's 7. Is this 6? Okay, this was my first, like, fun-looking journal that wasn't just a typical notebook cover. And I remember getting it, and it had apples, and I was really excited about it. And this was the first time that I had the struggle of which journal am I going to use next. Because now I have this thing, and I'll show you later how many journals I keep at a time. And it's a ton of blank journals that I think look awesome, and I'm going to keep them so I can use them someday, but then I never end up using them because I always find a cooler one. Anyway, this is the first time I branched out and spent money on a journal that wasn't just a notebook that we had for school. But it has apples on it, and I just thought it was the cutest thing ever. And it was from March to May 2010, so we're going through them a lot faster. And this is a really bad idea. Oh, this was a house that I found. Like, someone was selling their house, and it was big, and I like big houses, so I was like, ah, yes, I'm gonna keep that. So that means I stick things in my journals a lot, so if you ever just hold them upside down and shake, stuff sometimes falls out of them. Stuff falls out of them. Okay, so that was 6, and I think this was 7. This was 7. Look at the Santa. He's so cute. His little face is adorable. And I had this one before the apple one, and that's what I was debating, is whether or not I was going to use this one or the apple one first. I can't believe I remember that from 7 years ago. But this little guy is just so cute. And this is also, it's called Diary of a Teenaged Girl, so I must have been at least 13 by now, probably 14. I think I did an About Me thing. Oh gosh, you ready for this? Full name, secret name, pseudonym, age 14. I was 14. I was homeschooled. It has a list of my family, which I included 3 of my stuffed animals, and also Johnny Depp. My favorite stuff is typing, dancing, acting, imagining, writing letters, gel pens, which all of this is written in gel pen. This entire journal is, not this entire journal, the first part of this journal until I realized how inconvenient it is to write with gel pens, is gel pens. Oh gosh, my favorite flavor is cheesecake. Not my favorite food, my favorite flavor. Oh, good heavens. Yep. So, oh man. This journal did see me through my first summer camp experience, which was at a place called Super Summer, which is a Baptist leadership camp, and I wasn't Baptist, but my youth pastor had been Baptist, and so he took us to it, and there was this guy that was obsessed with me, and I wrote all about it in this journal. Santa. Cutest thing. So that was 7. And then because I liked the other Yellow 3 subject journal so much, I got another one. And this one has cute tiny little stickers that my friend gave me. And they made me really happy, and I just thought they were adorable. And so I kept all of those. And this was a good one too. I didn't enjoy it as much as the first one. One of the things I've realized is the more I like the actual physical journal, the more I journal in it, and the more I enjoy looking back at it. But yeah, this was a fun one. There was a song called Alright, Okay, Uh-huh, Amen by Rich Mullins, and I'm not even going to begin to explain it to you, but I wanted to get to my next journal, so I was using it pages by writing Alright, Okay, Uh-huh, Amen on a bunch of the pages and using them up because I was eager to get on to number 9, which I think it's this one. Okay, so like I said, I was homeschooled, which means I never read Twilight, but there was this shirt at Mardell Christian Bookstores that had this on it, The Light, and I thought it was the greatest thing ever. And I really wanted the shirt, and I never got the shirt, but I got the journal, and I was so excited to start it, which is why I was using it pages. And this one, it started out, and I was driving to Indiana. This was from 2010 to 2011. And I was driving to Indiana, and yeah, this was a really fun one. I like the pins that I was using. There's more stuff that are just randomly in it. And pins died. I started using red pen, which I really liked for a while because I liked that specific pen, but I actually really hate writing in red pen now. And this is also when I kind of started doing doodles as well. Not good ones, obviously, but I started doodling some, which was new. And so this was 9. This was 9, and I did like 9. God Diary 10 is one of my favorite journals that I've ever had. This was the first non-spiral notebook journal I ever had. It's like the fake leather, and I drew all over it, as you can see, because it was so fun to draw on. But I loved this journal. It has some of my... This is where... this was when we found out what school my brother was going to go to. I used to write letters to different people just to help me process, and I did that. I would write on other notebooks and then tape it in. And I don't know why, but I just love this journal, and it has some of my favorite quotes in it that I found them and then wrote them down, and this was great memories. This is one of my favorite journals ever. I wish you could feel it. It feels like a really hard pillow, but also soft. And that's 10. This is God Diary 11, and this was it. This was the cover. And it was white behind that, but I love stickers. So I got a bunch of stickers. Look at the little apples. They're so cute. I think that's the cutest apple. But I got a bunch of stickers and stuck them on. And this journal is when I wrote a commentary on all of the churches, all of the letters to the churches in Revelation, because I couldn't find a commentary on it, and I was like, oh, well, I'm having all of these thoughts about it. I'll write my own commentary on Revelation in 2011. I don't remember how old I was in 2011. I would have been 15, I think. I think I was 15. Was I 15? Dang. I must have been about 15, and I was like, I'll write my own commentary on the book of Revelation. But yeah, that was fun. And I used lots of different colored pens. You can't see it super well, but you can see there's a lot of different colors going on. And I don't write in colored pens at all anymore, and I don't like writing in colored pens. But this was a fun journal. I did like this journal. And then 2 other journals that are in the Annals one is this one. It's also a Christmas one. It's not Santa, but it's a little snowman, and it opens like this. And it has a bunch of stuff in it. This was from a missions trip that I took to Waco, Texas, which was the first mission trip I ever went on, and it was really fun, and that was, like, this was just for the mission trip, and that was in July of 2010, which is when I was in 8th grade, and I would just, like, take a minute to apologize to everyone that I knew in 8th grade. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And then this one is the official journal that I took, so my 2 Super Summer. So this was the one that I wrote about once I got back. This was the one that I actually had with me when I was there. And I didn't write a ton in here, but it was really fun. It was really fun. I told a lot of stories, and it was great. And so that is the Annals 1, and I will make another video for the Annals 2 and the Annals 3 because I have 3 boxes full of my journals. Bye, Chloe.